Won't you come and say if you know the way to...
Oh, we've woken up today to find the weed boat coming down past our boats, clearing all the weeds out and chucking them onto the side, which should make things easier when we travel off. Today is the day that David is leaving us and going to put his boat down into the marina for the winter. So our plan is to stay at this location for a few days longer, or until we run out of water, whichever comes first. And right now we're going to get the bikes off and we're going to go down and help David to do the locks, because it's a lot for one. It's really nice here. We've seen kingfishers going up and down every day, and this morning there was one sitting on a branch outside the boat. We couldn't get the camera out in time, but it was lovely to see it. We've decided that we're definitely not going to come off this canal. We're going to stay here all winter because the whole network is closing down. I mean, lock flights are shut everywhere. They're going to stop doing the assisted passages and literally just stop so many flights of locks that nobody's going to be able to move. And, you know, it's quite understandable. We're in drought and, you know, locks waste water. There's plenty here, so we might as well just stay here. We probably wouldn't come back here again because it's, you know, it's a sort of branch off the main network. So if we stay here until next spring, then we'll have explored all the area thoroughly from here. And so we'll be able to go on to pastures new, which is quite a nice way to do things. So just going to get the bikes and go down and see how David and Zig are getting on. Oh, and help him down through the locks because they're a bit of a mare. But if Henry and I go down on our bikes, we can do front and back and get him through nice and smoothly. So it's sad to see him go. We're going to be lonely, especially without Zig coming in to wake us up every morning and ask for a cookie. So here we are doing the first locks, which is a triple. And I can't imagine how as a single-hander you'd manage these locks because you can't go across them here. As you can see, there's no board to walk across. So you have to set all the locks by coming down and opening the paddle on the bottom one, walking all the way around the top, coming back down to do the other one, opening that gate, walking all the way to the top, coming back down, opening that gate, and so on and so on. When we came up we had to do that, and there was 3 of us. It was exhausting. So as a single-hander I'd be very reluctant to do these locks. Butterfly stuck on the duckweed. See if we can save it. Oh, well done. No, but its wings can dry off now. Zig will probably come along and eat it. Oh, Zig. It has, yeah. Live another hour, maybe another day. To remember this on the way down, there's literally no room to get through this bridge. You can see by the big gap where Henry's foot is that most boats have hit it. But you don't want your solar panel scraping through that. No.
Yeah, that's it. Perfect.
Oh, you're
That'll fall over. That's all right.
Well, we've left David and Zig down in the marina, and we've come back to our boat. Billy no mates for the time being. But on the way back, I just want to show you this field. Isn't that amazing? It's so purple. I'm not sure what it is. I think I might have seen something similar to it earlier in the year on the Leeds and Liverpool. I'll have to try and look it up. It's just stunning. We're going on an adventure today. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But we're just changing from train to bus in Chesterfield, and look at that crazy old spire. Apparently a serpent curled its tail around it and twisted it, but I think it's more to do with the green oak that they used. So I belong to this thing called Wild Campwild, and it's basically where you can go and sort of wild camp on a piece of land, usually a farm or something like that. And this is the first time I've been a member for 18 months, but this is the first time we've tried one. And it's mainly because the Peak District is so busy, so many people around. It's really difficult to wild camp without anyone being there, which is sort of what you want to do. But on these wild camp places, you literally have the place to yourself. It costs 15, 20, 25 pounds depending, and you have to keep the place secret. But what I can tell you is we had a bit of luck this morning, because we've had to come to a little village called Birchover, and we thought the nearest bus went to Darley Dale, and from our narrowboat that was 2 trains and 2 buses, and of course the buses all miss their connection. But once we got to Matlock, we found that there was a little bus that came all the way out to Birchover, which isn't on GPS, so serendipity there. Anyway, we're going to go for a coffee, and then we're going to find the fields that we're going to be camping in, and after that we can go for a walk up on the hills. We've arrived at our spot. It's very nice. It's very tame. I mean, we didn't have to walk very far, and it's sort of all done for you, so it's a sort of halfway house between wild camping and a campground. I won't go around any further because you're not supposed to identify these spots, but it has a compost loo and it has spring water available and a shower, a cold shower I think. But that's amazing, eh? Makes it easy so we can just go out walking now and not carry all our gear. We're all set up on our little spot. Now we're going to go and find the 9 singing ladies, I think they're called, or dancing ladies. I do believe those are ostriches. There's a lovely spring, which used to be the original water supply for this village. And in the trough there's a little frog swimming around. Oh, he's seen us and hopped it. Where's he gone? The main thing is it's a little bit overcast and there's no midges, and that makes me so happy. Reading online, it seems that this has been a real year for it in the Peak District and the Lake District. Everyone's complaining about being eaten to death. Horrible things. So the 9 Ladies Stone Circle marks the place where people came and settled 4,000 years ago in the Bronze Age. There's 120 cairns here. Most of them, or many of them, mark burial spots. They used to either bury them in a crouching position or later on cremate them and put their ashes into stone urns. And that's what's been discovered here. So it was a very spiritual place for them. And this is open access land, private land apparently, but with access. And this is inside the stone circle. It's lovely here. There's a lot of heather in bloom, so you can hear the bees buzzing. Looks like an altar. Further on our way to the dancing ladies, we're walking through this beautiful tapestry of birch and heather. Well, that looks to me a bit like rhododendron, which doesn't look right here. Certainly not indigenous. It's got a tendency to take over. It's a big problem in Sussex where we come from. Henry's found something. Ooh.
Birch boletus, I believe.
It is a birch boletus. Does it look a bit soggy though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's in better days.
Wow. I'd say that was quite early, August. You usually expect to see those September, towards the end of September, early October. Time for a very rustic sandwich and a cup of tea. Oh, it is uniquely beautiful here. I love birch trees. And in the background you can sometimes hear the whistle from the steam train that goes through, what's it called? Darley Dale? Is it Darley Dale? Yeah. And here's the 9 dancing ladies. Some of them have got cymbals scratched into them. I wonder if they all have. So this is how it would have looked 4,000 years ago, and apparently there were 10. One fell over and was discovered in the 70s. And the myth is that the ladies were all dancing on a Sabbath and were turned into stone. It looks like there's been a really early flush of mushrooms up here. Or maybe it isn't early for up here. These are Babelitis, but you can tell they're not edible because they're full of worm. Otherwise, they'd be very nice. The trouble is, once you start seeing them, you can't stop looking.
No, you don't get anywhere, do you? That's the trouble. What's that? Oh, what's that?
If you're a mushroom forager, you're always looking down, and if you're a birder, you're always looking up. The sun's come out and the colours are glowing. Now that up there is the problem of rhododendrons. A massive mound. There'll be no mushrooms under that, there'll be nothing under that. Back at camp, and we've managed to find a stone that we could knock up dinner on. It's always a worry when it's been really dry. Even with a little gas cooker, you don't want it on the ground. So, managed to knock up some potatoes, sausages and tomatoes. My usual, actually, an easy camping meal. And then just down the road there's a pub, so we don't even have to have a long evening in the tent. Good morning. We're just getting up and we're doing that squashing that you have to do when you get up after camping. Everything has got to get squashed down and put away. It was a night of screech owls, but very quiet apart from that. It was nice. And we're just going to get ourselves up and have a cup of tea and go for the early bus, which is just down the road. What makes this a luxury wild camp is this little toilet block here. We've got a compost loo and it has a shower on the other side, and it actually has warm water with spring water. And this morning we were left a little present here, which is really nice, so we're going to go and slice these onto our breakfast this morning. So we're on the bus, not even 8 o'clock yet. It's one of those mad country buses that hurtles around the little roads. It's always scary. Anyway, that was our first Campwild. Very tame, but very, very nice. I don't think they're all like that. I think we got really lucky to have all, well, they have facilities there, which is not what you expect with a wild camp. But it was good to start off with. So we'll probably try another one soon, see what that one's like. But that was great. Slept reasonably well, had a lovely evening, had a fantastic walk. What's not to like? We've got a rubbish truck, a scaffold lorry and a bus, all trying to get around the same tight corner with a lot of gesturing. That's how close the rubbish truck is. The rubbish truck men are muttering to themselves, and the scaffold lorry seems to be parked on that corner and nothing can get past it. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen here. Cars coming up in front. Too many cars on these little country roads, they weren't built for it. The bus driver has got off now. He's going to try and organise the traffic jam up ahead. The trouble is, nobody wants to give way. The cars up there are refusing to go back. Cars up there. Oh, some people are going around. And there's our bus driver trying to figure out what to do. The bus driver's trying to inch around, but there's a car right there. I'm not sure it's going to work. Oh, we're inching backwards now. Sensibly directing the traffic up there, making room behind us. Poor bus driver, who was right on time, is now going to be running late all morning. Looks like we might be able to manoeuvre around now. Oh, finally somebody's turned up for the blue car, and the scaffold truck is moving backwards. And why couldn't that happen before?
Well done, mate.
And we're done. Oh my God, he's probably going to drive even faster now. Here we are, back at our lonely boat. Nice 24-hour adventure, and that was 3 hours tent to boat to get back. 2 buses and 1 train with time for a coffee in Matlock. Excellent. Really nice way to have a little adventure. So, I'll say bye for now. See you on the next video. Have a good week, everyone. Bye.